Info, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. What's your name and where are you calling in from?
My name is Armstrong Ikechukwu,
All right, Armstrong, welcome.
and I'm calling from Rumibo, Haruku.
All right, Armstrong, let's get your thoughts then.
Yeah?
Let's get your thoughts. What's on your mind?
In most schools, they don't have good quality teachers, and learners are not serious to learn.
What do you mean by learners are not serious to learn? What do you mean by that?
Most learners don't have the capacity, or those learners don't want to learn.
Okay.
Oh, my airtime has finished, so please call me.
All right, all right. We'll see to that. But then the last caller has just said something very important that we should also look at. Is it that the learners don't want to learn, or is it that once again we don't have teachers who are equipped with modern teaching styles? Because the world has evolved. The world has moved from analog further, deeply further into what do you call it now? Deeply further into the digital age. We'll go for a quick commercial. When we come back, I'm sorry, Braid, I can't take your call. When we come back, I'll listen to some of your views and we'll talk. Remember, the conversation is: should education in River State go beyond brick and mortar? And should we be thinking modern styles of learning and teaching? Do stay tuned. I'll be right back. Nigerian for your number one talk radio station. And right about now, I would open the phone line so that I mean the series of questions that I've asked just before the break, I can get answers to them, and we could just talk for development as we look at things happening in and around Port Harcourt. And by the way, a couple of things are happening in Port Harcourt. I don't know if you saw the stories from over the weekend. Right Honorable Chibuka Amici saying his experience as a River State governor, gives him the best chance as the presidential candidate for the ADC. So many other things happening in River State, but let's leave all of that and focus on what we're talking about. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-003. Oh, sorry, I didn't call that well. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. My buddy still adjusting to daytime radio, so please bear with me, right? For WhatsApp messages, 0809-0306-416. I've got Braid who has called back, and Braid is calling from Adder Judge. Braid, what do you have for me this morning? Good morning to you.
Greetings to Mr. Batubo.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, Mr. Batubo. There is no way you can deal with education without infrastructure and necessary facilities. In time past, the public school is the most important and reliable school.
All right.
Yes, and as I speak with you, most of our leaders passed through the public school, and the public school gave them what they have today. But today, if you go to our public schools, it's not like that anymore.
So, Braid, now the conversation is, do you think we can get it up and running? And I mean, what does up and running mean? Does a functional school just mean building classrooms and employing teachers? That's like what the conversation is about this morning.
Get it up and running by having a good teachers, and also the principal or head teacher should also be of very high educated standards. And also, in a certain client where our leaders send their children to, they have the qualified teachers. They have what it takes concerning the building and also other educational facilities. So if those things being put in order, there is no reason why our public school will not compete with any school in anywhere.
All right.
So
All right.
our leaders should be able to put every necessary and also give good welfare package to the teachers. Very important. The teachers' welfare is important.
All right.
That's my thing. Thank you.
All right, Braid. Thank you very much. When you listen to I Beg to Differ on Nigerian Info, you probably hear some of the students, some of the great minds from public schools, and you know that they've got brilliance. They're very brilliant. However, imagine for a second with me what that brilliance would look like if they had some of the learning environments that the private sector does have. Imagine with me for a second. But then, once again, help me. What do you think a quality learning environment should look like? Let's listen to Eze Ken from Ubumini. Eze Ken, good morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning, Canada.
Yeah, good morning.
Nice meeting or discussing with you this morning.
Thank you very much, Eze Ken.
You're highly welcome.
Thank you very much. Welcome to you.
Canada,
Yeah.
see, the right thing to be done in our public schools is to make sure that the public schools should go beyond brick and mortar, according to you. Because that building or infrastructure being erected is not the problem of education, for goodness sake.
Really?
Yes.
Don't you think we need classrooms? I mean, having classrooms
If you remember
is a good thing, right?
The former governor did, how he built thousands of schools around the state.
Okay.
But yet, there are lapses in those schools. Am I correct?
Okay.
If you come to Obumini community now, no teachers. State school one is just like in fact, it's a desert. Not like it's a desert. State school one, Obumini, no people, no teacher. But I believe the teachers being employed or transferred to that particular school are earning their salaries.
Okay.
The building there is under moribund for more than 15 years, for goodness sake. So if you ask me, let there be a new initiative to make sure that they should be monitoring our education in this state.
All right.
I don't know if you get me.
I get you as a Ken, and I think I want to move on now to Muriel calling from Okrika. Muriel, good morning to you. Welcome on the show.
Oh, Kennedy! Good morning.
Hello, Potako to you as well.
Kennedy,
hello.
Anytime you have opportunity to come on air like this,
I'm always on
this
air.
new life has been given to you.
I'm always on air. It's just that you don't subscribe to my time zone.
No, those late night ones, don't be done to rest. But morning shows, your aura and your countenance in the during morning and afternoon shows are different.
Oh, really? All right. Welcome, Muriel. Let's get to it. Yeah.
Now we're talking about digital teachers. How are they teaching? How do you respect? You don't give. You need your expecting what you don't. How can what you don't solve? Do you even graduate? Doing after graduate? Do you know that this year, central government? Can you hear me telling?
I'm struggling to. So can you repeat some of the things that you're trying?
Is it okay? Is it getting better?
Yeah, I think it just squeaks every now and then. But go ahead.
Okay. What I said was, how can we what we don't show? We want digital teachers. Do you even graduate digital? Because I heard was it last month? No, not last month. Some months back, central government, when they are talking about this educational reform, that they want to bring up a digital curriculum in the university. Up to now, all Paris, nothing of a sort. So when you don't, when you get them, you train them. Do you know the kind of training teachers get? They gather them into one hall. They tell them, one of you, this section, come to this place. And then they put a blackboard there and they begin to write one or two. Oh, they go back to the old way of writing, lesson. Just nothing. They do nothing of sort to bring up digital teachers. So it's just a mouth play. They just talk and talk. And classrooms, buildings. Look, Kennedy. If you want to get good buildings, these schools are fine, beautiful buildings. Oh, then what is the content? The content is a problem. So the teachers.
But Miriam, there's something that just pops in my head. When we don't have classrooms, we complain. Oh, we're sitting under the tree to learn. But now we have classrooms in a way, right? We have classrooms in a way. But we need more, right? We need more than just classrooms, I guess.
Absolutely, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the structure is good. What about the content? And it's all going back to the first topic. The teachers are the main thing, the people in the school. It's not like a building. It's not like a computer.
So you're saying the teachers are the main thing, not necessarily learning tools?
Oh, the learning capability. And when you find the teacher, trust me, the learning tools, the vision of that is the ball.
All right. All right.
And back up. I think it's a boy that is okay.
All right.
This is the teacher.
All right.
Please. And the teachers, one of the teachers, anything they have, the teachers are wonderful. But anything they find that they trust me, they will pick up the wonderful content.
All right. Thank you, Muriel. All right, thank you, Muriel. Someone asked the question. I guess it was Eze Ken. What happened to the schools built under the Rotimi Amechi's administration? Right, my goodness. All right, Zion from GRA. Sorry, I kept you for that long, but that's still a conversation. Which brings me to my final question this morning. do you think the current standard of public schools at the basic level in River State is a reflection of the knowledge and intelligence of our political elites since 1999, or is it a reflection of the ignorance, the lack of will, ignorance in the sense that we don't know what a quality learning environment should be because we are used to the old ways of doing things, or lack of will in the sense that we don't have the energy to change it? And the narrative school na scam, could it be because the education being dished out seemingly is not as relevant in modern learning environments? 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Yeah, Mr. Zion, good morning to you.
Yeah, Zion from Jerry, it's good to have you this morning. Good morning.
It kept me very long.
Oh, sorry. Not my fault, but apologies nonetheless.
Fall to the tax.
Apologies nonetheless. Welcome.
It is not the reflection of the politicians, but the reflection of the teachers.
Okay.
The problem is with the teachers. The average teacher in Nigeria, in the Niger Delta region, is a political teacher. He or she never attended teacher training college, and they never had the prerequisites of molding a child. The name is a teacher. A teacher, not a tormentor, not a politician that have never been rewarded under a political appointment, not a frustrated individual who is just looking out for do now, school don't they recruit to. They did not come in through the slot of a political class. They came through teacher training college, where they are given the prerequisites to mold individuals into a destiny.
But that's also what they teach in tertiary institutions, especially the Faculty of Education. I guess that's what they teach them, how to...
How many of them are educationists in the classroom? How many of them are educationists? They understood the three diagonals of a classroom: the teacher, the classroom, and the students. Sir, you like it or not, the classroom of today in Nigeria, Niger Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, the region I come from, the classroom are so frustrating. You getting into that classroom, you're already depressed. Tell me, what will you learn? Sir, most of these teachers are people from that community.
Okay.
Employed and engaged, yet they don't go to classroom. They are not even motivated. Some of them are so frustrated to the point that when they have issues with their boyfriends at home or girlfriends at home, they make it on the innocent child in the classroom. Sir, until we correct the recruitment process of a teacher to our classrooms, we will never get it right.
All right.
Since 2002 till date, go and check the kind of students being produced, even the ones being graduated. You will feel mercy that indeed we are retardated when it comes to education. Just oppose it to those from the 1982 to 1988. Sir, except we fix this area of recruitment,
all right,
the teachers we have today in our classroom are only but producing disasters.
All right. Thank you, Zion. I've got to move on now, but thank you nonetheless. Before I get to Williams, I'm thinking when we say the standard is not so great, the standard is not so strong and solid. When our graduates leave Nigeria and further studies abroad, there's seemingly top classes. They seemingly are seen as so brilliant. However, we keep saying the standard. So, maybe the argument should be we just need classrooms and good teachers, and not necessarily, all the things that we are dreaming of like we see in other parts of the world. I'm just saying, right? Because when we go over there, we seem to top classes. Williams from Port Harcourt, good morning. Welcome on the show.
Good morning, Mr. Kaladakoru.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay. Concerning this matter, I don't actually think it's because of the classrooms or the facilities we have.
Okay.
But if you can think, back then when we don't have all these things, students then find out even more better than students now.
Okay.
Because those teachers then, they were intentional, like those persons coming to teach. They came because of the
Okay, so they had the passion for teaching, basically. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. But now the teachers we have now, they just maybe they are just looking for a way out.
Okay.
A way to just have a job.
Mm.
So they just, and most of these our schools in these remote areas, they are not supervised. You can see a teacher is not going to school, is going about doing his normal business on his school time.
Mm.
So now, it's not that the classrooms are not kept or we don't have facilities, but is their passion.
So you're saying even with what we have, we can have a robust educational system if we had passionate teachers. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think.
All right. I wonder if the teachers would agree. I mean, the teachers may be thinking they have passion for their job, but you are saying they don't. Triumphant is calling all the way from GRA this morning. Triumphant, welcome. Good morning to you.
Hello, man of the people.
Yeah, good morning, Triumphant.
Let me conclude you on sabbatical. That's my conclusion.
I'll go back on sabbatical by Friday, but welcome on the show. It's good to have you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Man of the people, I would say that there is a big disparity between, the kids going to school in the rural areas and the urban. And
even for public schools?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a very big disparity. But let me not dwell on that. But what is happening in our educational sector is not so good. But in my own way, I will not so criticize people who are in charge of things. I would rather tell them to put in more to have a better result. What I'm saying is this. If there is something that the kids are supposed to have access and right to in this nation, is supposed to be education. Because every development we are supposed to have, will be derived from the knowledge that they have gotten from this primary stage. But if you go to a good number of the schools in Rivers State, I can confirm to you, even today, that some pupils are sitting on the floor to learn. Some of them don't have uniforms. Some of them don't have the computer.
So you're Triumphant, you're arguing that we need to build schools and we need to rehabilitate schools. That's what you're saying.
Very importantly, and also teachers. I'm coming to teachers because you have teachers who are only looking for jobs. They are not passionate about instilling, this knowledge and discipline into the pupils. And how can you achieve excellence when the people who are trying to groom them are not passionate about it? So I think the government, on the hand of government, should do something. And when it comes to administration in this school, they should look very critically at the people who they are bringing on board, to train these people so that we can have better results. We cannot keep answering the name developing countries. Education will be for us. It is prominence when it comes, and we will land safely if we can do this.
All right. Thank you very much. 12 minutes, or rather now, 11 minutes to the top of the hour. And at the top of the hour, it will be time for the news update. So for those of you joining, you're still welcome. More conversations coming your way. But what we currently are talking about is based on the story, from the weekend where in Ogba Egbema Indoni, sorry I said I will there, when I started the show, but Ogba Egbema Indoni, Akabuka community to be precise, the governor therein promised that he would renovate schools, and as a matter of fact, the Ministry of Education would go round to do needs assessments for schools in that local government area. And so I'm not asking the question, we always talk renovation, and that's where we leave it. I even remember very clearly, because Eze Ken even mentioned it, that during Rotimi Amechi's time, we built lots of schools. And some even argue, because I didn't see it with my own two eyes, but some argued that they were properly equipped. But what is the standard of learning, or should I say basic learning, in River State? Does building a classroom equate to quality education? And the current standard of education, is it a reflection on the lack of will on the part of the people, or the fact that we as a people, we don't even know what a proper classroom or a proper learning or a modern learning environment should look like? And it also brings me to the conversation that we pay taxes for these things, and so it's our right to ask or to have conversations like this. And because they're doing school needs assessment, maybe we can help them by telling them our opinions. So let's go on the WhatsApp platform, where I've got a couple of messages therein. And this one says, okay, I don't think this is for me. I wonder where this is coming from. This one says, why are you on the morning crossfire? Kai, I'll miss you tonight. This is not the morning crossfire. This is Hello Port Harcourt, and I might just be with you tonight. I might. So do not fret just yet. This one says, in terms of qualitative education, the public schools are better generally than the private schools. The major problem facing the public schools is government failure. From Fairbo Cliff. Fairbo, you think so? You think the public schools are better? Tukula Henry says, it's funny you should mention modern teaching styles in public schools. Some of the teachers there are qualified to teach anywhere in the world. However, most of their modern styles won't mean a thing in a Nigerian public school where the kids have no laptops, there is no internet connection in the school, no smart boards, etc. These things are available in some private schools right here in Port Harcourt. It takes more than new buildings to make a good school. The government isn't ready to fund public schools, and they never will be. All right, but we pay taxes for it, Tukula. We pay taxes, right? But let's not move on. This one says, during CRA's time as governor, public schools in River State were preferred because there were new school buildings of international standards and qualified teachers. But right now, education in River State is dead. 1,000 teachers were employed for the last 2 years, but haven't out that. This one says, good morning, Kaladakoru, Batubo. A public school in both Lagos and Rivers State, respectively. The public schools will always boast of qualified teachers, forgetting that these teachers are mostly nonchalant in their business of inculcating knowledge. Definitely, the standard has to change to produce good results. Generally, it is more like if you want to get top notch, you have to be in not just a private school, but a very expensive one, which is always not the case. Stella from Alakaya. And Stella just, brought a conversation to the fore. Private schools are now very expensive. So how do you pay your taxes and still, are forced to pay through your teeth for private education for your children? Think about it from that angle, and that's why this is a necessary conversation. But this one says, good morning, KDB. I believe the quality education the quality of education is truly declining, and it should extend beyond just physical structures. In public schools, the major issue seems to be a lack of commitment and poor supervision. On the other hand, private schools often treat education like a business. They either expect one teacher to handle every subject or focus more on enforcing rigid rules and unrealistic standards that even they don't uphold. Just last week, for instance, a parent stormed into the school and threatened to smash my head simply because I asked the students to rest their heads after they became excessively noisy. I then calmly dismissed them one by one after the closing bell. She wrongly interpreted it as punishment. In summary, while we continue pushing for a uniform standard in our schools, a standard that's never clearly defined, we keep recycling the same scheme and curriculum year after year with little real progress. You didn't drop your name, but thank you nonetheless. I'm out of time, but not out of conversations. So please do stay tuned to 92.3 Nigeria Info. I'll be right back after the commercial break.